How do you close your face-to-face final interview? You have gone through phone, potentially video calls. Now you are face-to-face. You have your final round. And oftentimes I talk to candidates who come out of an interview and I ask them, well, John, how did you do? And he goes, I feel they liked me. They patted on my shoulder and they said, you're a great guy. And then what happens is clients call and said, listen, the guy was terrific, was a great guy, but not for us. Or vice versa. I have candidates who come after an interview and call me and say, hey, I don't think I did well. I said, well, how come? He says, well, they weren't smiling, they didn't say anything positive at the end that they're going to hire me, so I'm just going to go a different route. And then they call me and said, but we love Julie, we really liked her, we want to proceed. So how do you avoid misinterpretation at the final interview? So here is a great way to close an interview with the intention of knowing how you did. It goes, at the end of the interview, show your appreciation and gratitude of the opportunity. So I would say something, listen, I want to tell you that I enjoyed this final round and you seem to have a great company for anyone to be a part of it. I'll be honest, I know that I will be an asset to your company. But then this is what I feel. What I want to know is that based on the portfolio of an ideal candidate and the time we spend today, how fit do you see me in this role? In fact, are there any reservations, any concerns, in fact, anything that would stop you from moving forward with me so I know? Now let's pause here. This is a loaded question. You have to be brave. If you don't ask anything at the end of the interview, and let's say there's a concerns, generally they don't tell you. But if you do ask them and ask them how they feel about you, and indeed if there's any concerns, there's a 50-50% chance that they would say something. They would say, well, G. Elliott, we really liked you. We feel you are a good fit, but, then they throw that but. Why is it important? Because this is your last chance before you walk out of the interview to find out how they feel about you. And you would get an opportunity to do a pleading based on what they said. Let's say, for example, I'm just hypothetically, Elliott, we really find you a great fit, your background seems terrific, but I wish you had a PhD for this role. Now, if you don't have a PhD for this role, I don't have a PhD, you have to acknowledge it. They said, well, ladies and gentlemen, or John, Bob, Mary, I understand, you're absolutely right. I don't have a PhD, but let me tell you why I am still an absolute qualified candidate for this role. Now, at this moment, you have to go back and resell things that are your highest point of strength and bring it up to them so that you're pleading your case. For example, in an interview, the decision happens in the level of your soft skills. And in your soft skills, we're talking about your personality, character, chemistry, culture, and in the heart of it is integrity. So if I hear something that is, well, I wish you had a PhD. Well, I don't have a PhD, but let me tell you why I am still a terrific fit. Then I would start talking about my soft skills, which is the most important reason where and why the hiring happens. I would say, listen, hire me. I will bring in the highest standard of integrity, honesty, and ethics. And as you know, you could teach me anything, but integrity and ethics, it's in me. Over and above that, then you could talk about some of the things that you feel makes you different than everybody else, and you could add it to your final statement. And that's the best you could do. That means you hear what their concerns are, and then plead your case, speaking first from your soft skills, your personality, your culture you're going to bring in, and then see how they react. And that's all you could do with a sense that you would be interested to know how you did.